Hi everyone, thank you for your continued support towards Incredible Sports Hub. My name is Angela, and today we have an incredible guest known as Mujib Kasule. I guess it's a household name, most of you know about him. Today we shall be discussing how to manage your sports academy. But first, Incredible Sports Hub is a sports academy that has training programs for children from 4 years to 12 years. We train different sports disciplines: football, basketball, hockey, and others. We shall be getting them along the way. But in this period when we cannot play, we be having sports personalities and we discuss different sports topics.
My name is Mujib Kasule. I am the director for Proline Football Club, which also owns Proline Football Academy. I am in charge of the football programs inside the academy. I'm a former player myself. I'm also a football fan. I work as a coach's instructor in CAF and FUFA. And right now, I am also trying to establish a bigger sports empire that will include other sports. But for now, we are concentrating on sports, on football as the main sport for Proline Football Club.
Yeah, so in your introduction, you talked about Proline Soccer Academy, and that brings me to ask you, you should tell us about the life cycle. How did you come up with the academy? Why did you choose football of all sport? Why did you choose to play football? Why did you choose to start an academy?
I went to school at Chibuli Demonstration School, and it was big on football. So that's where I got an opportunity to play from an early age. We had a headmaster who loved football. We had good coaches. So we got to be trained and put in proper football. Later, I joined Chibuli Secondary School for my secondary school, where I continued with my talent. I also landed in the hands of great men, Alhaji Kawase Mukasa, who was the headmaster, and the deputy, Badru Sentongo, who loved the game. So they supported us, they trained us, they exposed us. And later, while I was in my senior 3, age 15, I joined Coffee Sports Club, which was a Super Division Uganda Premier League club at the time. Later, I joined KCC in 1997, played until 1999. I got a scholarship, a football scholarship to go and play in the US and as well do my education there. I went there in 99, came back here in 2003 after completion of my studies, and I played again for KCC. I captained KCC. I also played during that time for the Uganda Cranes. But at that time, the game here in Uganda was not doing well at all. I was frustrated because I was coming from another system in the US where there's a lot of grassroots football, opportunities for kids, and there was nothing like that here in Uganda. 2006, I decided to quit football and start up a project that would help to awaken the game in the country. That was my aim. I kept talking about football and the youth and the kids. I couldn't see the kids play organized football in this country. There were no academies, there were no youth systems, and I was asking myself, these people I see in Cranes, where are they coming from? Nobody seemed to give me an answer. So I decided to quit active football, then do a pilot project. In my head, Proline was supposed to be a pilot project or a model academy or youth system from which everybody in Uganda would see the way things are supposed to be done and then they replicate. So that is, in brief, the journey of my own as a football player and how I ended up in the academy business. Much as we are a football academy, we emphasize school because that's the only guarantee. You can play sports for 1 year and for some reason you can't continue. But if you are educated, you can play your football. Whenever you get tired of it, then you can branch into something else. So much as we are a football academy, the emphasis is on school. So if we get kids and they are not able to go to school because they can't afford, we have to find a way. So it becomes a big challenge. Then the other challenge was, when we were growing up, myself, football was considered to be for the bayai, as they called us. Very good families, well-to-do families could not allow their kids to come and play football because to them they didn't see the end game. They thought that it would lead their kids in the wrong direction rather than get something out of football. But now the times have changed. People see people making a lot of money in football. People are becoming role models in society. They are becoming important. Football is played in an organized way. So now the doors have opened up. Now we had the challenge of now mixing, because we have two categories of kids as they come to us. We have those that come from those well-to-do families, and then we have these ones that come from the disadvantaged families. To us, once you enter into Proline, you are a kid, regardless of your background, regardless of your status or your parents' status. For us, you're a kid. We see you as a kid, and we treat you as a player. So it was a challenge to combine these kids and these kids to make them together. And we wanted to do it in such a way that both these groups accept each other. Yes, you are well-to-do, and when you come to us, we charge you a little bit of money. So that money that we charge you, we use it to buy this one a football boot, buy him water during training, and buy him a kit. This one is more talented than you. So if you play with him, he's going to improve you as well. At the end of the day, we have a perfect mix. The other challenge is the lack of facilities. This country doesn't have facilities. I don't know even what we are thinking. We don't have facilities. We have 83%, I'm told, the population. Over 70% is youth. Now, where do they use their energy? Over 80, yes. So it's crazy that we don't have facilities where these kids can play. People need to know that it is the kids' right to play. It is actually their right to play. So the different stakeholders need to come together and make sure that these kids can play in a good environment, where it is safe for them, you know, where the standards are good. And that onus is on government, because they are supposed to give us spaces and look after those spaces, and then these kids can use them. So in the country, we don't have. Luckily for us, we went to the National Council of Sports, and we talked to them because they're a government institution. Of course, they allowed us. They welcomed us. They said, we are going to help you. We have a hockey field here. You can... Yes. You see the mentality. You are calling it your pitch. You know, this sharing thing is a problem. And those are the challenges. All that is happening because we don't have enough facilities. You see, that the only facility that is around, we are scrambling for it. You see. And I have seen many times when the hockey people have come to play, and it is their time, but they see these little kids and they say, okay, give them an hour out of that big heart, you see, because they understand and they say, okay, if we get them out of the beach, maybe they will cry, maybe. So they always say, okay, Mujib, 30 more minutes, let them play. So that was and still continues to be a huge challenge, a huge challenge for us.
Before you go on, I read somewhere about you guys acquiring a home. I don't know, I did some quality.
Yes.
September, actually, recent, around 2017.
Yeah, actually, in 2007, Rio Ferdinand came here, visited the academy, officially launched it. Then we went to the president, and me and him pitched our idea to the president and said, you know what? We want to help the kids. We want to do something that is at an international level. We have enough talent to turn many Ugandans into Rio Ferdinand. So the president said, yeah, no problem. So he gave us land in brief. Then just a few months after, the government gave us land. Again, the government people, from now different angles, they came and took that land away. You see, despite the fact that it's the president that had given us, in this country, some officers seem to be stronger than others. So they took the land away, they cancelled our title, of course, using underhand methods. So we ran to court in 2017. That's when we ran to court, because we pleaded, we did everything, but the people who were doing it were stuck on taking the land away. We went to court in 2019. Court ruled in our favor that it is our land, should be returned to us. Right now, as we speak, we are still in that process. It has taken so long. When we got the title in 2010, 4 days later, we had a fundraiser in the UK, and within one night, we had £1 million collected to do the first, that's about 5 billion Uganda shillings, to do the first phase. We were stuck with that money for a year because we couldn't access the land, and eventually, because of the laws in the UK, Rio Ferdinand had to return the money. Taxes and everything, they were questioning that money that was seated on the account. And I pleaded with people, I say, please don't kill this project. Please allow these kids. At the time, we had 270 kids, all hoping, all dreaming. We had everything set. But because people don't understand the concept of sports, it's only us who play it that understand. But the people out there don't understand it. And that is the mindset. And that's the biggest challenge that we have, is to change that mindset within the people who govern this country, within the people who are in leadership positions, to know that sports is as good as any other industry, or even better. Qualities we look for: you must have passion, you must have love for kids, that comes in handy, you must be patient, you see, you must be a good communicator, because all those skills are needed when you're dealing with kids. If you have people who are looking at getting money immediately, that's what kills projects like what we are doing, because these projects don't bring money as people may think. It's the passion that pushes us. Consistency is not easy, both from the parents and the kids, and sometimes us, ourselves. People give up when they see things are not moving the way they planned they would, because it is a slow and painful process when you're dealing with kids. And that's how it is, it doesn't change. Slow and painful. But the reward is huge, because the bottom line is, like I said, it's every kid is right to play. Before they think about becoming professionals at that particular game or this and that, most important thing is when they play, they're healthy. And regardless of other benefits, that's the most important one. And for me, I tell the parents every time they come to us, that's the number one target. Because they'll come, this one is a Messi at the village, he's the one scoring goals, this one is Ronaldo. So I said, yeah, no problem. But as long as they are here, they are consistent, the most important thing is that they will reduce your medical bill, because when they're healthy, they don't fall sick. So that's the major benefit. And you see, the book is written by Proline Football Club. So this is the syllabus. People have this notion of, when they see a good player on the pitch, they say, is he from Proline? But it's not Proline playing, but the way they behave. So we have, yes, we have a culture that people see in us. And we invested in this. For us at Proline, even the team that plays in the league, it is not the results. No, we don't concentrate on the results, we concentrate on the development, player development. So we believe if that one is right, the results are automatic. There are those that we are linking with universities in the US. So they get scholarship, they go and play. So there are those that play and take it to the league level, national teams, and later they go and play outside there. So there are layers and avenues through which we channel them out. So we are not only producing these ones people see in Uganda Cranes, but so many are going through those avenues. And at the end of the day, we see the rewards. And when you are dealing with kids, the biggest reward is to see a boy going from here to here. That is fulfilling. Because you know how he was when he came to you, and you see him. For instance, we have Alpha Sali, Bebekul's son. He came to us at 3.5 years. First, it was his daddy's dream. He loved football, he's an Arsenal fan, he's a Cases fan. The man decides and says, okay, I am in music, but I want my son to go this way. So he came to us and said, okay, now, here he is. So for us, Alpha is the epitome of what we do, because we used to have a break and send him to the mother. It's when I used to come and sit there, and she would get the milk out and first give him some milk, and then he comes back and plays. So we have seen him grow. This season, he's been promoted to the senior team. He's 16, but because he started early, we think he's now good for that. So we see these things, and you see him and say, okay, because we remember him when he was here, and we see him here. So all that is our effort, and we see it, and that is very fulfilling, very, very fulfilling. So people who work in this kind of projects, you must be looking for a legacy. What have you added to the sport, whether it is basketball or football or whatever it is? First, that should be the one to push you. Along the way, of course, money will come, but for me, I see those as bonuses. But the most important thing is, okay, when you sit and you watch TV in your elder age, do you see people that you have inspired? Do you see a road that you built that people are traveling on now? For me, that's very fulfilling. So it is that legacy that things can be done. It doesn't mean when you are trying to work on a legacy, you should not earn anything from it. No, you should be rewarded because it's your effort, it's your energy, and it's your brains. But especially in this world where we are, if you are not passionate about it, there are so many other factors that are negative, that are telling you to quit. I don't know how many times I've gone to bed when I've quit football. But very early in the morning, I am the first one to pick my boots and go. Exactly, there's when you see everything crumbling down on you and you don't even know where to start. When the child is still young, the biggest coach is the parent, not me. I am an expert, I am qualified, and I'm the one who shows them everything. But at that age, the biggest coach is the parent. First, kids work well when they hear that voice of encouragement, the accountability voice. Oh, my mom, I want to make my mom proud. I want to make my dad proud. So that one keeps them going. After we are done, and the parent has been watching, the parent will pick and see, okay, he's strong here, he's weak here, he made this mistake here. On the way back home, he will be talking to this kid. Remember how you missed that goal? It is because of ABCD. Now when you practice, you get better, And the kid will have so many questions and so many complaints. The coach doesn't like me. So the dad said, no, the coach likes you. I'm not coming back. You see, so the parent is extremely important in this process. So they need to be around. They need to support, They need to give time. I have had so many parents, because we train on Saturdays now, we have many parents who, of course, Friday night they go out and maybe they sleep late. They come back at home in the wee hours of the morning. At 5, the kids are up. They are put on their jersey. They say, Daddy, we go. You see, and now he's just coming in. And there's that struggle. After 3 months, you see the kids are no longer coming because the dad gave up. Some people are picking it now. If you see at Proline, parents, we have a big number of parents who come and stay until the end. We involve them. Some of them are volunteering inside. We work with them to make it fun, but also to have that shared responsibility. Without that, it becomes difficult for the people running it. But when the parents are around, and in a respectable way, because you have those parents that come around and they want to take over and they go beyond. But we manage, we talk to them until they reach a level where it's acceptable. But it's important for the parents. We need a multidiscipline sports project. And this is what they have in Europe. You go in one complex, I have a daughter, I have 2 boys. The daughter will go play tennis, the boys go play football. So, but all in one area, under one management. It's easier because you find that parents come to us and say, okay, this one likes football, but this one wants basketball. And there's a challenge, you see. And if the basketball academy is in Entebbe, this one is in Kampala, it becomes impossible for the parent. So this kind of organization that you people have is very, very good and very important. That they can do different, but in the same area under the same management. The sponsorship culture in Uganda is aimed at numbers, is linked to numbers, is linked to mileage. Yes, so you go, you present a grassroots project, and the first person, the marketing person, will say, what do I get? What do you want to get from a kid? You say, what do you want to get from a kid? Exactly. That is extremely the wrong approach. In Europe, why sport is thriving is because these people have a culture of giving and growing small entities. But what you can do is to support, because as the adults, as the people who are powerful, as the people who have, it is upon you to help. You know, they have turned us into beggars. I don't know if they feel good about it, but morally on their part, it is wrong. It is wrong, and simply we need to call it out. That's what it is. You see, nobody wants to help this because what they are asking of us, we don't have. We don't have those numbers. We don't have the purchasing power. You see, they want magic to happen. It cannot happen. You have to have a big heart to say, let me grow this organization. These boys, these girls, these people have a nice project, helping young kids, giving them organized sports, you know, trying to develop their talents. Maybe if one of them comes out, I will even put him on my billboard and I say, I grew this person. I was there when he was starting. Now, if somebody does not see the value in that, then we still have a problem in this country. Our corporate bodies, the big companies, they have a problem. They only want to sponsor things that have mileage. They also want to sponsor things that in return give them mileage, give them numbers, give them purchasing power. But guess what? It's a fact the kids don't have that. Now, it is a shame to the government. It is a shame to the government that the kids in Karamoja who want to play for Cranes tomorrow do not have any help. The people who play for Cranes are the richest footballers in the country, and those are the ones you are adding. Exactly, they are earning a lot of money, they are exposed, they've already made it, you see, and those are the ones you are adding. But the boys in Karamoja, in Kapchora, they are struggling, they can't afford a ball to play. But you are getting all the money, why? Because even the government is looking at the mileage in Nambole, it fills, and it is a wrong approach.
And most of those people have for 3 years playing.
Exactly. Government concern should be with the masses. The government's concern is with the numbers. Where are the many? What am I doing for the many? Cranes is 25 players. 25 players, 10 billion. 15 million youth who want to play different sports and everything, 0. And you are the government and you say you are doing something for these kids? The answer is no. But even us who are in management, top management of these sports, we do not present our case to the government in the proper way. You see, in the proper way. If government supported hockey, there are so many kids who want to play, and there are so many girls and boys I see who play cricket, hockey, but they quit. And I asked, there was a girl in this team, what happened? She left. There was a boy, he was from Nagulu, now he's a boxer. You see, why? Because there is no support. There is no support from government. And at the end of the day, these kids belong to the government, one or the other, whether they want it or not. On the field of play, last year, we won a domestic double. We won the Uganda Cup and we won the league. for a young club like us, that was really, really big. And we were also the first club in this country from a lower division to win the Uganda Cup, and also the first one to win a double, because in the same year we won promotion. Last year we played on the continent with boys that joined Proline at 7 years. For us, that is the biggest achievement. The boys in the senior team, 80% of them started their football career in Proline. And 6 of those came at the age of 7. Right now, they are 19, 20, 21. We have a few who are 17. And those are the guys who won the double, and those are the guys who played on the continent. And we played 6 matches on the continent. We only lost 1. And those are the boys that were playing. People thought when we qualified for the continent, we were going to buy players and say, no, these boys own this thing. This is their thing. Let them go out there and enjoy it. It's not enough just to take your kid into a program, that you have to give it time, you have to sacrifice for it, you have to support your kid, and you have to support that organization where your kid is. It is their right to play, and a kid that plays is smarter in school. Parents don't think that sports kills the smartness of kids, but it's the other way around. As we've always learned since we were kids, that a healthy body, a healthy mind in a healthy body, and that is the truth of the matter. So please allow the boys and the girls to play, support people who are doing these projects, such that they can support your kid. You never know. Talent has become very lucrative. It is now giving opportunities. It can be a career to your kid. You never know. Through sports, your kid can go so much far. He has so many opportunities. Sports is discipline oriented. So it will teach your kids the discipline, the communication, relationships between themselves and other kids, mixing with different people and getting the benefits that come with it. So it is not just playing and going home to get tired. There are so many benefits. If you allow them to play, they will be complete in the future. If you don't allow them to play, they will lack and miss something when they grow up. So please allow them to play and support those that are organizing and teaching them.
Yeah, as he's told you, the parents, please allow your children to play, and the children are just naturally active, so it's very hard to find